Noviz AI is building the next generation of enterprise intelligence, moving from traditional enterprise software toward AI agents that evolve with the organization, learning from every decision, workflow, and experience that defines the business. The Noviz architecture shows how the different components work together to process an enterprise request. At the client layer, there are two primary interfaces, the chat UI and the admin console. From the chat UI, a request enters the backend through an authenticated session. Authentication establishes the user's identity and access before the request proceeds. The request then moves to the context assembler, which brings together the relevant session information, previous interactions, policy information, and other contextual data required for the request. The assembled context is passed to the reasoning engine, where the request is interpreted and the appropriate tools and next steps are determined. The request then passes through the gateway, which provides a controlled boundary for checking whether the requested action is permitted and complies with the applicable business rules. Once approved, the system connector maps the requested operation to the corresponding fields and actions of the enterprise system, allowing the request to reach the ERP system of record. The architecture connects this workflow across the organization's business areas, while the data layer provides the context and information required by the AI. The Noviz admin console provides the configuration and management layer for the system. The LLM and ERP connection settings can be configured, validated, and saved for use by the request pipeline. Policy documents can also be uploaded and processed into smaller sections, which are embedded and stored in Postgres and pgvector so relevant policy information can be retrieved when required. User access and ERP credentials can also be provisioned through the administrative layer. These configurations become part of the environment used by the live AI interaction. The final workflow shows how a request moves through the agent from the initial prompt to the completed response. The process begins by assembling the required context and passing it to the reasoning engine, where the LLM determines whether a tool is required. If a tool is selected, the gateway checks the call against the user's permissions and business rules. Once approved, the system connector maps the request to the ERP's own fields and operates using the signed-in user's permissions. The resulting data or write result then returns to the LLM, where additional tool calls can be made if required before the final answer is prepared. The completed result is rendered in the chat as text, a table or card, a downloadable document, or a confirmation action. Finally, the prompt, tools used, and answer are logged for feedback and training, and the next confirmed request starts the cycle again. Welcome to the Noviz ERP AI Agent live demonstration. This is the Noviz ERP Agent login environment. The demo provides multiple user roles. Each role represents a different area of the organization and provides access to the corresponding business information. For this demonstration, we begin with the sales assistant. The sales assistant is now logged in and ready to receive business requests. On the right side of the screen, the available operations for this role are displayed, including leads, customers, sales opportunities, support tickets, emails, and project issues. We can now test the agent using a simple business request. The first prompt is, "Bring me 2 latest quotes we made." The agent processes the request and returns the 2 latest quotations. The response includes the quotation ID, customer or party name, status, total amount, quotation date, and validity date. We can then submit another request for recent sales orders. The agent retrieves the requested sales order information from the ERP data. Here, we can also request the PDF for a specific sales order. The agent provides a download option for the corresponding document. Opening the document displays the actual sales order PDF, including the customer, order number, order date, delivery date, items, quantities, rates, and amounts. We return to the agent and continue testing with another business question. Here, we ask for the amount of the latest quotation. The agent identifies the latest quotation and returns the quotation number and total amount. We can now test another role. The role selection screen displays different users, including accounts, HR, manufacturing, quality, and projects.